Bana, Dumelang. We are back at it. My Voices Power Show. We're excited today. We are here with a beautiful entrepreneur, Jolene Diabru. Jolene, welcome to our show.
Thank you for the opportunity, Fano.
We are excited to host you. We're excited that you are here. And we just want to engage with you. We just want to understand the journey of an entrepreneur. Maybe I would start by saying, what made you start to be an entrepreneur? What gave you the courage to begin? What gave you the courage to start?
So, Fano, I never really had the opportunity to go and study after school. But every job I took with full dedication. I always got praised by my employers for the potential they see in me, but I never saw the potential myself until my late 30s. I think it was a blessing in disguise because I was trained in so many fields that definitely prepared me to start my own business. So I just took the leap of faith. And I haven't looked back one day.
So there's viewers out there that are saying, I want to take the leap of faith. But what is that leap of faith? What does it entail?
You need to think success every day, every morning, every night. You need to be willing to learn new things. Every day is a new day to learn. You need to be proactive. You need to work really, really hard. And never consider the possibility of failure.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, it's innovation, it's hard work, it's being proactive. So let's say you are in your area of work and you're not yet an entrepreneur. So it will take you to be proactive. It will take you to start thinking of innovation. It will take you to start thinking of strategy. It will take you to start thinking of ideas. And then you start building on those ideas while you're at your workspace. And then from there, you can start. Right. Wow, that's interesting. And then the second question that I have for you is that, what are the habits of an entrepreneur?
I love it when my customers and my clients know that if I say, if I promise I'm going to deliver, I deliver. I also believe in honesty in business and good business ethics. Always doing the right thing and reaping the fruit, definitely.
So you would say the foundation of a successful business will be first ethics and make sure that your customers are happy. So you need to continuously improving on your customers and get feedback from your customers. And you still have to work on the feedback. Regardless of whether it's negative feedback, you build on it. Whether it's positive feedback, you improve on that. Wow, that's interesting. And then when we come to challenges, because I know every business has got its up and downs. When you face challenges, how do you deal with them?
So one of the biggest challenges that I encountered when I started the business was actually the startup capital. That really was a big challenge on our part. You need to be very strict when it comes to budgeting. Because lack of funds and lack of cash flow can be a huge challenge when it comes to entrepreneurship.
So maybe we'll get to that. The biggest challenge is the startup capital or the funds. So I want to start a business. I've got ideas, but I don't have funds. How do I access these funds? Where do I go for me to access the funds? Yes, I understand that there's a budget that you spoke about. A budget and cash flow is when you've got something. But if I don't have, maybe you can tell us about other ideas or other options or other opportunities that are there on funding that we one can go and knock and we will be able to get assistance.
In South Africa, we've got some different options. We've got Nedbank, Lula Land. You can also knock at GenFin. And then we have our government SMME funding options as well.
Okay. So what does it require for me to maybe get this funding opportunity? Where do I start? I would understand that you have to register a company. From registering a company, you still have to what takes for you to go and say, no, I've got this. What do you have to have on your hand and say, I've got this on my hand, and then maybe you can go through the funding process?
You need to register a company, yes. And then there's a lot of compliance that you need to comply with SARS, obviously. You need to comply with your workman's compensation. You need to have a valid bank account. And then with all that information, you can go and knock.
All right. I would say also, maybe just to add on that, you need a business profile. You need to have a business plan. So how do I then? Yes, I've got ideas, but maybe I'm talking to someone who doesn't know that how the business plan looks like. How does the business profile looks like? How do you assist that person, or how do they get assistance? I would think that there's people that are probably doing these profiles, business plans.
There is people that compiles an excellent business plan on your behalf, consultants in the market. So there's definitely assistance out there. You just need to go and look for the help.
All right, and now I'm an entrepreneur. I've got this business. I'm starting. What keeps me sustainable? What's going to keep me there? What's going to sustain my business as compared to the other? I might think that you spoke about the customers being happy. How do you then keep your customers happy?
We try to stay in line with the current market trends by doing test and trials on new products. We try to innovate, we try to improve. We attend industrial events like your mining expos, etc. And then it's just a matter of every day doing your best.
You need to be there. You need to be visible.
You need to be
show
visible.
yourself.
You need to be the best. You need to let the client understand that you are there for them, and just give your best every day.
Wow. So what is the last from me? What is your typical day like?
So no 2 days are the same. One day will be crisis management from morning to night. The next will be smooth sailing, all depending on my schedule. Typically, it will consist of visiting the clients, visiting mine, site visits, meetings, looking at the practical aspect of the business and the operational part of it. And then a lot of time is spent on the road. And then I leave my nights, which are quiet and without interruptions, to finalize the admin for the day, leaving my schedule open the next day to have another day, to have another positive, beautiful day. Yes.
Oh. You had it, viewers out there. Here's an entrepreneur who say, don't be scared. You can start if you've got ideas, you've got other plans. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you can still be an entrepreneur. So I will just go to questions. If there's any questions on the floor for Jelun.
Thank you so much. Good evening. I just want to ask, you mentioned with the business plan, there are avenues that you can visit for a business plan, but I wanted to find out, do you need like a certain amount of capital, and if you can give an estimation of how much you would need to pay that particular person to do it for you?
if we're looking at a budget for a business plan specifically, I'd say about 15,000 for your business plan. Yes.
And you also have the government grant where you don't need to pay anything. You can just present your ideas and they can help you from the start. They can also help you with the process of the business plan and all of that. And then when you grow big and then you start, maybe you've got a project that you need and requires a certain amount of capital, then you go and log at the GenFi and you go to Lula Land, and then that's when you present your business plan for a bigger project. They can give you, but as minimum as 50,000. When you grow 100, a million, depending on the project that you want to do. So the opportunities are there, but we've just got to be innovative.
Thank you so much. My other question is, so if you are applying for funding, for example, what would disqualify a person? I mean, you've spoken about what you need in order to qualify. You need to have a proper business plan. You need to have a valid bank account and all of those things. But if you go there and they reject you, what are the possibilities in terms of, what you don't have that they would require? What would disqualify you from qualifying? Is it maybe, say, your business plan doesn't make sense in terms of the numbers, the quantity, and all of those things? What would disqualify a person from not getting the funding? Thank you.
Yes, of course, the numbers need to make sense. We are in the business to make money. Being women in mining, I mean, who doesn't like beautiful shoes and handbags? So we need to make money. What definitely can disqualify you is if you don't have a good credit record in your personal entity. That can definitely disqualify you. And then, as we said, the numbers needs to make sense. Yes. I started in 2016. Initially, women in mining back then wasn't such a big thing as it's currently at this stage in South Africa. So starting in 2016 with the business, being a woman in a boardroom with 30, 40 males, it started as, it was intimidating, but as soon as you have a reputation of being the best and delivering on your promises and always innovating, to always save money for the client, it really makes it worth it to get up in the morning and go and try and be the best. With regards to a healthy balance, yes. Hence the entrepreneurship for me, the flexible hours. I do my own schedule, so it allows me to have a healthy balance between being an entrepreneur, being part of a women in mining team, and being a wife and mom. But it makes it worth it. For me, I thrive on self-accomplishment. And with every successful tender, with every successful project, it just motivates me to be better for the next one.
That's about it for tonight. You've had it out there, viewers. If you want to start, don't hesitate. You can only start now. So we are excited, we are happy, and I believe that the viewers out there, they've learned something today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you once again.
Join us again next week, Thursday from 8 p.m. Join us. We'll be live on YouTube. Subscribe. Thank you very much. See you next week, Thursday.